identifying objects and identifying objects within a story, as well as listening to the story to see what you can identify within it. So first off, I'm going to have 3 different things, and I want you to tell me what they are. This.
Apple.
Okay.
Box of Kleenex.
All right, and
A book.
all right. In A Like a Book, we are going to read this story by Aesop, and it's The Lion and the Mouse. And just like you identified these objects, you're going to identify objects within this video, as well as what's generally going on. And then I handed out a worksheet to everyone, and on the worksheet, it asks you to mark a check next to the things that you see in the story. So that's going to be object-wise. You know, if you see a car or a boat or whatever, you're going to mark a check next to it on the worksheet. And then in the next column, it says mark a check next to the things that the lion does. So whatever you see the lion do, mark a check next to that box. And if, you know, the lion doesn't do it, obviously leave it blank. And that goes for the mouse as well. Does anybody have any questions on the worksheet process? Okay, so I'm going to play the video, and you can fill out the worksheet during that time.
Big Red Balloon Books.
The Lion and the Mouse.
There once was a lion that was very hungry. He had not eaten in many days. One day, as he was walking through the grasslands, he heard something scurry by. He quickly swiped a paw at it and found that he had caught a small little mouse. "Oh, Mr. Lion, please let me go. I'm just a small little thing," said the mouse. He was shivering with fear, but the lion did not let him go. "There's not much meat on me, and I'm not very tasty, and if you let me go, I promise someday I will repay you," said the mouse. The lion roared with laughter. "But you're only a tiny, weeny little mouse. I can't imagine how on earth you could ever help the king of the jungle," said the lion. But the lion released his grip and let the mouse go anyway. The mouse dusted himself off and beamed a smile at the lion. "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Lion. I will not forget the promise I made. You can count on me," said the mouse, and he fled into the grasslands. Several years later, the lion was walking deep into the jungle. He was hungry and hunting for food, but as he moved forward, he suddenly fell into a deep hole. A giant net came over him. He roared and tried to fight his way out of it, but it was no use. He was trapped. "This is not your day," said the hunter who had set the trap. "I'll be back for you," he said, as he went to grab a lion cage from his truck. The lion felt very sad, and he could feel tears starting to build in his eyes. "I will never get out of this," said the lion, but then he heard a small squeak. "Hello, Mr. Lion," said a familiar voice. It was the mouse from years before. "I didn't know how, but I knew when the time came, I would repay my promise, and today is the day." The small mouse began to chew away at the net. The lion was impressed at how quickly he tore away at the rope. The mouse went from corner to corner until the net went loose and the lion was free. The lion took a big leap out of the pit and then turned back to help the mouse out of the hole. The two of them raced back to the grasslands. "Thank you, Mr. Mouse," said the lion. "I shall never laugh again at a promise, big or small, made to me." "You're welcome, Mr. Lion. One act of kindness makes another," said the mouse. The lion agreed, and they both happily started their way home.